NoClaw versus OpenClaw, who wins? So NoClaw is a powerful way to use a version of OpenClaw locally, and this is a serious challenger. We need to find if it's actually better or not. So there's a brand new AI tool called NoClaw, and on paper it makes OpenClaw look way too big. It's the same idea, but it's way smaller, it's way faster, it runs on cheaper hardware, and barely uses any memory at all. But here's the thing, we don't actually know if it can do everything OpenClaw can do, right? And nobody's tested this properly. So we're going to run them head-to-head live right now, and we're going to see if something this tiny replaces the AI assistant hundreds of thousands of people are already using every single day. And does it connect to the same channels? Does it remember things the same way? Is it actually faster for using real tasks? Now, bear in mind, this is an open source project, so you can use NullClaw for free. And we're going to be running it locally and just seeing how it performs. If NullClaw wins, everything changes. You could be running a full AI system on basically nothing, no expensive hardware, no cloud, no subscriptions. If OpenClaw holds its ground, you know exactly why people prefer it, and you'll see that NullClaw needs to catch up. Either way, by the end of this video, you're going to know which one deserves a spot in your setup. Let's find out together. So we're going to run through this directly. This is NullClaw, as you can see, and if we compare it directly inside the comparisons here, so you got OpenClaw on one end of the spectrum and you have NullClaw on the other side, right? And what you can see here is that for the language, OpenClaw runs on TypeScript, NullClaw runs on Zig. I've tested all three of these as well. Notes inside the profit boarding. For RAM, you can see here that OpenClaw runs on more than 1 GB, whereas NullClaw runs on about 1 MB, which is pretty crazy in terms of difference. Startup speed, so this runs in less than 8 milliseconds, whereas it takes 500 seconds for OpenClaw to run. The binary size is much smaller, 28 meg versus 678 kilobytes for NoClaw. And then for source files, only 110 versus 400. And also here's the main thing, is like, look at the hardware that it runs on, right? Like you can run NoClaw on much cheaper hardware versus something like Mac Mini. So we're just going to see how this performs, test it out together, see how it goes. So what we're going to do is grab the quick start instructions, which you can see right here, and then we're going to open up a new terminal window and we'll see how this performs. So we're just going to run the quick start instructions directly, as you can see. So we need to clone this first of all, and then we'll run through the onboarding. There's two setups, like you can run through the interactive wizard or you can run through the quick setup as well. If you want to run the quick setup, you just get an open router key and then plug it into OpenClaw as well, right? So to NullClaw, right? So you would just plug in your API key directly here. So I'm going to run through the fully interactive wizard, and we just need to install Zig, which is what it's built on, and then we're going to build this out. Now, I will say, when you're setting this up, like, it's not as fast as it sounds. Maybe it's quicker once you've actually set it up, but just running through the setup instructions, like it's not that fast. Right? But once you've got it, you're going to see something like this. You can see inside the terminal, we have NullClaw ready to go. The smallest AI assistant, SIG power, blah, blah, blah. And then you can choose which provider you want to use. Right? So you can go with direct, or you can use multi-provider, or you can even run this with Ollama. So I can actually run this directly with Ollama using the local CLI. Which is pretty cool. So that means we can actually run it for free. And also, because it's a local model and because this is so lightweight, it should run with a really powerful and easy. It should be quite easy to power with a local API. So let's test this out with Ollama. We're going to type in 29 here, see if that works. And then we just need to grab this, and then we select a model, right? So we can go with Llama 4, 3.2, Mistral, or Phi. Let's try Llama 4. And then you can switch between supervised, autonomous, or fully autonomous, which is quite cool. So you can actually choose your autonomy level, right? I'm just going to go with supervised just to play it safe. Then we'll configure the channels, and we can choose to set this up with like Discord or Slack or whatever. I'm actually going to skip that for now. I don't want to connect it. And now the configuration is complete. So let's try this out. Reef says, make a full tutorial for beginner on how to install Ollama, OpenClaw, and Claw Code for free. I actually have details on that inside the profit boarding. So if you go inside here, right, and you type in Ollama, you can see inside the video notes, we have a full video tutorial on how to set up the new version of Qwen 3.5 with OpenClaw and Ollama for free, and how to use that with Claw Code as well. So that's all covered right there if you want to learn that stuff. And then we just have to go to Ollama and make sure we have Llama 4 set up. So let's do that. So what we can do here is we can set up a new tab. If you press Command and T inside the terminal, and then we can run Olama serve. And then we just need to pull in Llama 4. So you can see it's beginning to pull in Llama 4 here. Bear in mind, you got multiple different models. So you could use Llama 4, 3.2 for Llama. You could use Mistral or 5. I do think that if it's like, if it's a 67 gig package for Llama 4, that's going to be too big for most people to run. Bear in mind, you want to keep it lightweight as well. So you could just run it with a free API, or you could change the Olama model to something more lightweight as well. Run through the onboarding again, and we're just going to switch to a more lightweight model. I think it's good for you to see this. You can see, okay, like what are the things to avoid, how smooth is it, etc. And you can see it's actually not that smooth when you're running this. So we'll try this with Codex CLI, see if that works. Jaden asks, did you say the Olama training is in your YouTube or school? Yeah, so go to the AI Profit Boarding, my school community, go to the classroom here, and then you're going to go to this section, SOP updates, and you can find full training on Olama plus Quen 3.5. And that'll show you how to run Claw code for free and also OpenClaw for free as well. So I'm going to switch to using OpenRouter instead now, see if that works better. And then we can choose a model. Let's go with Minimax. Or we can go with Claude Sonnet 4.6. That'll probably be better. You can also set up Cloudflare as a tunnel as well, which is a good idea if you want this to be better. And CM says, what are we doing, mate? So we're setting up NoClaw today and testing it out, seeing how it performs. Honestly, I would say for 99% of people, I'm going to say this is too technical to set up. Like, it's just like, for me, I do this every day. And even for me, it's a bit of a struggle. Like, it's a little bit scrappy when you're running through the onboarding. Whereas if you're using something like OpenClaw, it's a lot more chill. If you're using something like Accomplish, which we showed earlier, that's just like a one-click setup and you paste in the API key. I would say stuff like that is a lot more relaxed when it comes to setting this up. Whereas something like NoClaw, it does seem very technical, right? It does seem like a lot of work to set up in the first place. Boom, and now we're working, right? So this is working here. Dan says, wow, NoClaw is a new gem. Yeah, it seems pretty interesting the way that it can run. I mean, bear in mind, like you can run this on a super lightweight device. So, you know, a lot of people worried about Mac Minis, and there's a global shortage right now of like Mac Minis and Mac Studios due to the demand from OpenClaw.